Hello, welcome to Well Done Life with Daphne V. Smith. That's me. It's great to be with you again, this time from my home base. Last time I broadcast, I was literally en route. I was between Nashville and home. And actually, what happened in Nashville is what my inspiration was for today. So normally I broadcast from my sunroom. I got to tell you, when it's 0 degrees outside, I don't care how sunny the room is. If there are no walls, it's cold inside. So I came in a little bit, if you will, and I'm coming to you from my office. It's good to welcome you in and to spend this time with you. So again, I'm Daphne Smith with Well Done Life. And like I have become accustomed to starting each video with, I'd like to give a little bit of a shout out and express some gratitude. And this week's gratitude is going out to a gentleman I met, I'm going to say 2 years ago. I don't know if it's been quite 3. Ever since I met him, he has been on a growth trajectory. I mean, straight up and off the charts, charting the way, creating new pathways. And I want to give a shout out to actually my coach. Full transparency, I have several coaches, but this one particular coach of mine, Cardiff Hall, is a coach. He's a sought after podcast guest, and he is author of a book called Tide Turners. This is his book right here. Tide Turners, the practical guide to help you feel in control, okay? Experience more joy and sustain achievement in life. And one of the reasons I want to give him a shout out, it may seem a little confusing, is because yesterday during our coaching session, he literally kicked me in the butt. Well, I mean, not literally because we weren't face to face, it was virtual. But as far as an attitude adjustment and a mind shift, he had an impact. And so I want to give him a thank you, even though I kind of bucked up at what he told me to do. And I'll admit I teared up a bit. However, as a good coach, he helped me draw out and discover what I already knew inside and put it into action. And so I just want to say a big thank you to you, Cardiff. And if anybody is ready to turn the tide of their life, is maybe looking for some encouragement, a podcast guest, a coach, Cardiff may be the guy for you. So to today's subject, what is the difference between live and living? And hey, Felicia, who dat? Good to see you. I'm glad you're joining me today. So I know one of the things that could have been confusing is, when you type out the word L-I-V-E, is that live or is it live? And since the title was live and living, it could have been confusing. You might have thought, what is the difference between live and living? And any English scholars out there, don't hate on me, but I'm going somewhere, I promise. So the difference between live and living really boils down to the difference between knowing and doing. Let me explain. So last week while I was in Nashville, I attended a fantastic event. I went to Michael Hyatt's Best Year Ever Live. And it was 2 days of intensity. Like at the end of the first day, my head hurt. I was thinking so hard and dreaming so big and planning intentionally. And it really made an impact on me because I realized that what happened after that event is truly what will determine if 2018 is my best year ever. Going to events, going to workshops, heck, working with a coach are all great steps in growth. However, what we do with the tools that we acquire, with the new information and the knowledge, putting that information into action is really what makes the difference. Think about a library, for example. I love libraries. I think they're so cool. I don't know if it's the smell of the books or the fact that I'm a word nerd, or I don't think it's the quiet, because if you've been watching me for a while, you know I'm not necessarily the quiet type, but I just love libraries. And so imagine having a library either in the middle of your town or perhaps in your home or at the university where you attend, and never opening a single book, not even reading a book. You have all of these resources, all of these tools, all of this knowledge at your disposal. And yet if you never crack that book open and apply what's in that book, what's the point? Even if you read all of those books but never took action, what's the point? There's a huge difference between knowing and doing. For example, I know what I need to do to lose weight. I know what I need to do for a healthy lifestyle. Am I always choosing it? I'm getting better because I have a big goal this year. I shared it with you last week. However, if I don't take action, if I don't do something with the knowledge and information and the tools, then nothing's going to change. It's application plus action. Say it with me. Application plus action equals growth. Now, here's where some people are going to get caught up. Hey, Nikki girl, great to have you with me. And Felicia, having a little crew here. And we're talking about the difference between live and living. And when I went to that event last week, I learned a bunch of information, but I've got to put it into action. And for some of us, I don't know about you, but I'll speak to myself. I get caught up in perfectionism. And I'll know all this information, but what am I going to do with it? Because I don't want to do anything unless I do it perfectly. Well, I've got to tell you, that is one of the greatest ways to self-sabotage and to live in fear. And to, quite honestly, this is going to be harsh, waste time, waste gifts, waste resources. I would like to encourage you to think about just a little tiny shift, a twist in some words, see how it impacts you. What about the consideration for perfection in progress? Think about it. If we wait until we do it perfectly, really, how much are we going to get done? I mean, I'll go real simple. If I waited to get out of bed this morning until I knew that I could do everything perfectly today, y'all, I'd still be in the bed, okay? I'm winging the day. I can plan, but I'm not in control ultimately of what's going to happen. So I can't wait for things to be perfect. I'm going to achieve perfection, whatever that definition is and or looks like, by making progress. Does that make sense? We will perfect in the process. Think about a baby. Babies get up and they start walking. They don't know what the heck they're doing. They've seen other people model it, but they get up and they fall down, and they get up and they hold on, and they fall down, and they get up, and each time they take a step, literally, they're making progress, which leads to perfection. Now, I bet you don't even give a second thought to walking. You just get up and you do it. If that is something that you are capable of doing, then you just do it. You don't think about it. You don't wonder, oh, am I going to walk across the room perfectly? No, you get up and you go. So that's what I want to encourage you to do this year. Value the perfection in progress. Take action. And in that action, you are going to achieve. So thank you, Nikki, for typing in application plus action equals growth. That is something I want us all to focus on. In fact, I'm actually going to challenge everybody who sees this video, either live or the replay on YouTube. I want to know what the next step is that you're going to take. And when are you going to take it? Because again, knowing and doing are two totally different things. So pick one of your goals that you have for this year and decide what is the next step that you need to take toward achieving that goal, and when are you going to take it? It's knowing and doing that will change your life. And speaking of change, I have a little announcement to make. I have a great support staff and team of people that I work with. They are the ones who really just help me every step of the way. It truly takes a village to make this girl look good. And so I thank you. And because of that, one of the changes that I'm going to be making based on some feedback is, instead of tuning in 12:15 on Fridays, effective next week, we are moving to Wednesdays. Wednesday at 2:45 Central. I hope that those who've been joining me live are going to be able to continue to do so. I hope that we'll be able to have more people join in the conversation. And maybe that will be a good time while somebody's in a carpool line or they need an afternoon break to just take a few minutes for yourself, because my goal is always to bring encouragement and value to you. So tune in next week, Wednesday the 17th at 2:45 Central. I'll have a very special message for you. It'll be a bit of a preview for what I'll be offering later in the week at a local event. In the meantime, I want you to live today and every day well done. Thank you for joining me here today. And before you sign off, make sure you put in the comments section what your next step is going to be and when you're going to take it. All right? I believe in you. Have a great day and live today well done. Bye for now.